Beer, please.
Make it 2. On me.
I'm perfectly capable of buying my own beer, thank you.
Good. Glad to hear that. You can get the next round. You are not from around here, are you?
What makes you say that?
I would have recognized such a beautiful pair of eyes.
Maybe you were too busy reading your kitty books to notice.
This? Oh, this is no kitty book. This is research.
Yeah, I guess I'll just have to owe you that next round.
Hey, I'm being serious. Now, there's some freaky deaky shit going on out there. Kind of shit to make you piss your pants. This book here teaches you how to deal with it.
Okay.
You know my buddy Cole McGrath? He used to make fun of it too.
The Cole McGrath?
One and only.
The Demon of Empire City.
That's what they call him.
You know Cole McGrath.
Know him? He's like a brother to me. A brother from another mother. In fact, it's this here kitty book, as you call it, that helped me save him from eternal damnation.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me more.
Well, you know about Pyre Night?
Can't say that I do.
Oh, man. I knew you weren't from around here. Every Pyre Night, the folks in New Marais go certifiably apeshit. They put on costumes, build big old bonfires in the streets, and dance around them till sunup. Me and my boy, we were there for the last one. We couldn't even get a beer before folks started howling out for help from beneath the church.
I'm in need.
Yeah, those fangers had got him. They'd opened up a vein in his neck and started dripping blood into some matchstick of a corpse. Cole's a conduit. He's superhuman. And his blood, whew, it did the trick. And her bite was like a pit bull with syringes for teeth. The more she drank, the prettier she got. Other vampires started crowding around, chanting her name. Bloody Mary! Bloody Mary! Yeah, Cole's blood had brought her back all right. In return, she gave him a little something on the side.
I hear they named a cocktail after me. The Bloody Mary. Oh, God, I hate that name. Worse yet, it's served with breakfast. When was it ever acceptable to drink before 5 in the afternoon?
What the hell?
Well, my dear, I control you now. In fact, come sunrise, all of your free will be mine.
Screw you.
Don't try raising a hand against me. I will not allow it.
Young fool.
Come on. I read Dracula. I know how this works.
Cole had made it out of the cabin. He couldn't escape what he had become. He was thirsty, desperate for a drink.
Hi, mister. You know what pirates at around here?
Cole had drunk her dry. He didn't choose to do it. Instinct had taken over. But her blood was now on his hands and in his veins.
My girls were eager to meet you. Try to keep your arms and legs attached.
on and let me take y'all back in time, friends. Back to the early days of Numeray. The streets of our town were filled with laughter, and the people were full of hope. Till folks started disappearing from the streets at night. Only one man, Father Ignatius, was brave enough to walk in the shadows, hunting for the devil who would harm his flock. And it was from the shadows that he spotted her, a vile woman, feeding on a man's flesh. And as fast as a thought, she was gone, taking refuge in the crypts beneath the city. That very night, Ignatius rallied his fearful parish to action, leading the way down into the crypts. And as they came upon the nest of sinners, he held aloft his holy barbed cross, and the sinners scattered like cockroaches from its holy light. But their leader, Bloody Mary, she wasn't fast enough. Ignatius brought her up before his church and tied her to a pile, and as flames licked at her heels, the devil woman revealed her true form while shouting out a curse, vowing that one day she'd return and take her revenge. And what happened to Ignatius, you ask? Well, he's still with us, my friends, buried in St. Charles Cemetery, right alongside his barbed cross. And that's why we burn, my friends, to warn Bloody Mary's ghost and all the other sinners of this world to stay clear of Numeray. You can dance, sing, and walk the streets, 'cause nothing, and I mean nothing, is gonna eat you on High Night.
Hey, Z, looks like I'm a little late. Vampire's got it. The cross.
Box. It's empty. The only thing inside were notes about how the cross was made. Oh, and Lord, did Ignatius get that thing made. The core was made of sacred wood. No joke. Edged in silver from King Solomon's temple, dipped in holy water from the Vatican, and blessed by the big guy himself. It was the ultimate bloodsucker slayer. And it was still out there somewhere. And if my buddy was gonna take down Mary, he'd need that weapon. Trouble was, he just had one night to find it.
Oh, man, the vampire sense is tingling. No way. There's a break in the wall. It's not there.
That's the vampires, man. They can glamour people, make them see things that ain't there, even walls. The things inside Mary's trunk told her story. As a governess, man, she was great with kids. Unfortunately, one of them gave her smallpox. She was all but dead when a secret admirer decided that she was too beautiful to slip away. Reborn as a vampire, Mary was always at Marco's side. Two of them drank their way through Europe, never bothering to watch the shadows. But you see, the same priest that had been with Mary at her deathbed, he had never given up on her. And he knew that killing Mary's maker would turn her back into a human. But he didn't know that that trick only worked on a vampire's first night. With Marco dead, she flew into a rage. And it was then Father Ignatius learned just how terrifying those monsters could be. Poor fella ran for it. Spent the next 37 years just one step ahead of Mary. But on the edge of the new world, in New Marais, she finally caught up to him. With nowhere left to run, Ignatius moved quick. Gathered the townsfolk together and struck first. Well, you know the rest.
Damn. This thing's... Damn.
Just getting near that cross made Cole's undead skin crawl and itch. It was powerful, all right. Just the thing to end Mary and her kin.
Why are you doing this? I've given you so much.
Sun's almost up, Mary. And I got no intention of being your sailor bitch.
Come on, let's go!
Zeke, wait. I'm telling you, I got this covered.
Just accept some help, man. I know you're a superhero and all, but you can't always do it on your own. Oh, shit, Cole. The sun. Hurry up! We get out of this hole, and I'll torch it! Oh, shit. Yep, it was one hell of a pirate night. And you know, all those folks would have become bloodsuckers if it wasn't for me. Oh, come on now, that's true.
Oh, no.
It's mostly true.
Really?
There are parts of that story that are absolutely true.
Well, you're a hell of a liar, mister. Got any other tricks up the sleeve?
Yeah. We could go back to my place. I could show you what I do with a feather.
Ooh.
An electric toothbrush.
See,
And a-
perfect. Knew I'd find you here. Listen, ran into a little bit of a problem.
Hey.
I dropped my amp into a pool
Cole.
and...
Cole. Kind of busy here.
Ooh.
Man.
Not bad.
I'll do it. I'd love to go for a swim. Especially on a hot night like tonight.
Rather...
Oh, no. Lead the way.
Yeah. Guys, go ahead. These beers aren't gonna drink themselves.
Thanks for the story, Zeke. Very educational.
Oh, shit!
In a time when the world was young, demons ran unfettered across the face of the earth. The powers that be chose a young woman, one girl in all the world, to combat the forces of darkness. Upon her death, the power passed to another, and another, down over the millennia, with each girl inheriting the power of her predecessor, the power of the Slayer. For ages, the Council of Watchers has trained and guided these girls in the duties and responsibilities that come along with their gifts. At present, Buffy Summers is the chosen one, the Slayer, and I am her watcher. When she was first called to be the Slayer, Buffy lived in Los Angeles. Her trial by fire against the vampires there was nothing short of triumphant. However, as it involved the burning down of her high school gymnasium, there were those who disagreed. Subsequently, Buffy and her mother moved north to Sunnydale, California. Her arrival there was not a coincidence, but another example of the powers that be at work. For beneath Sunnydale was a Hellmouth, a place where the barrier between this world and the demon dimensions has worn thin. The Hellmouth acts as a sort of supernatural magnet. In effect, a tourist attraction for the most nightmarish creatures imaginable. One of those was the Master, Heinrich Joseph Nest, a vampire more than 6 centuries old and the leader of the ancient order of Aurelius. Sometime in the 1930s, the Master brought the order to Sunnydale in hopes that he might open the Hellmouth and let the Old Ones, a race of elder demons, into our world. He might very well have succeeded, if not for the intervention of fate. In 1937, while the Master was making his preparations, Sunnydale was struck by an earthquake that swallowed half the town, including an abandoned church the Master was using as his lair. The earthquake disrupted the Order's ritual and trapped the Master between worlds in the process. Opening dimensional portals is tricky business. In 1997, the Master was finally freed and succeeded briefly in opening the Hellmouth. Fortunately, the Slayer prevented the ritual from being completed, and it was sealed again. Buffy also defeated and destroyed the Master. So powerful was he, however, that his bones were left behind. They were buried, and then the soil around them consecrated with holy water. Still, his followers in the Order of Aurelius disinterred his remains and attempted to restore their Master to life. Again, Buffy thwarted them, disrupting the ritual and pounding the moldering bones of the Master to dust with a sledgehammer. The Master. We thought he was gone for good.
Giles, tell me again why the latest Slayer aptitude test has to be held in the ass end of nowhere?
This is a crucial part of your training as Slayer, Buffy. At least as far as the Council is concerned. Please do try to stay focused. This test is extremely challenging and comes with its share of peril.
Don't they all?
Yes, now then. The first part of the test is an obstacle course of sorts. Make your way to the church and find your way inside. It isn't quite as simple as it sounds. I'll meet you inside. Best of luck.
Oh, sure. You get to wait inside the church and I'm out here with the peril.
Look sharp, Buffy. Prepare yourself for battle.
Slayer!
Hello. I've got a special vampire treat right here for... or not. Giles! Lacking some basic vampire fighting accoutrements here.
I'm afraid you'll simply have to improvise with your fists and feet while I search for a weapon. Cat!
Wooden, pointy, looks good to me. And more company.
Well done, Buffy. Truly. I told the Council you didn't even need to be put through this exercise. You've proven me correct.
Do I get a cookie?
Rendezvous with me at the front of the church, but keep an eye out. There's a vampire nest within, and you must proceed with caution.
Caution. My middle name. Only not really.
Beyond this door, you will face your final challenge. Have a care, though. The entrance is protected by a mystical ward that will bar you from passing through unless you have the 3 keys. These are not traditional keys, but engraved stone. I've already found one. Now you must find and retrieve the others, which are hidden here in the church.
An Easter egg hunt. Oh, joy. Will you be wearing a bunny suit?
Buffy, please try to focus. The levity is appreciated, but this is a crucial part of this exercise. I'll aid you if I can. I shall begin searching at the back of the church.
Trust me. I'm focused. Making with the funny is just a way to shake off the Wiggins this place has given me. There's something really peculiar around here that's spooking me.
Actually, I think it's quite charming. Nothing to worry about, I'm sure. Congratulations, Buffy. You're doing very well thus far. Now we come to an opportunity for you to demonstrate your marksmanship with the crossbow.
Now the fun really starts.
Let's see if you can dust them from a distance.
Long distance dusting. New Olympic event.
Excellent shooting, Buffy. I do believe your aim has improved.
That's me. Death from above.
There, Buffy, where the floor tiles look newer. According to an arcane text I've found, there should be a hatch in the floor that leads to a hidden passageway. Unfortunately, it seems that at some point the hatch was sealed. We'll need something heavy to break through the tile. Now, let's have a look around.
Or up. I'm wondering if maybe a one-ton bell, say, crashing from above might do the trick.
Well, it's erring on the side of overkill, but given the absence of other options...
Then it's a plan. I'm going up. Just stand clear and try not to get squashed.
I'll do my best. I'm afraid you're on your own from here on out. I'll meet up with you again after you've faced the final challenge. Once you have inserted all of the stone keys in their places, the main entrance will open.
Check. I'll meet you there. Nice. It kinda has that interior decorator from Hell thing happening. Ever have the feeling you've been somewhere before? So, which one of you is Curly?
What's the matter, Slayer? You look like you've seen a ghost. Why? No witty banter? I'm crushed. I had built up so much nostalgia for our reunion. Ah,
Bored. Let's kill something.
Everywhere we go, people want to know who we are. So we tell them we are mighty Razorbacks.
Okay. Let's take a short break. A little reminder, Buffy. I know you're like MVP when it comes to offing the butt-ugly supernatural beasties, but cheerleading is an entirely different discipline. Please, try to pay attention.
Sorry, just feeling a little ooky. I haven't had much luck with the quality Z's lately. Bad dreams. And, lest you forget, I'm doing this as a favor to you. I'm over the pursuit of fame and glory through cheerleading.
It's a crushing blow to the world of synchronized shouting. Okay, girls, let's take that last one again, but this time
Cordy, get everyone else into the supply closet and keep them quiet until I come for you. I'll go track down the janitor and see if Creepy Pete can get the lights turned back on.
They cut the power. Never a good thing. Does it make me a pessimist to say that's a bad omen? Cutting the power, I'm thinking they're smarter than the average bear. Or average vampire bear. And here comes another bad thought on a collision course with my terror. There are magnetic locks on all the main doors. Here, take this. You won't be able to open them until the power comes back on.
Then we have to get the power back on. Just stay here. Keep your head down.
Absolutely. Classroom. Always felt right at home in a classroom. Yep. Gonna sit right here with the chalk.
Who do we have here? New blood or more likely the cycle kind? electrician gig. Flick the big switch and the power comes back on. Time for me to join the union.
Buffy, this is Giles. Not to panic, but you might want to come along to the library straight away. There's an uninvited guest here attempting to retrieve some books without a library card. I might just have given myself away. He spotted me. Don't wait!
Up and away!
If anyone has a free hand, I'm about to be eaten.
Hey, what do you think this is? A library?
Just the stray I was looking for. Come on to play.
You don't think I'm gonna let you read without a fight?
Let's continue this later.
How's your noggin?
Bruised, but otherwise all right. I believe I'm building up a resistance to cranial trauma.
That must be a really good book.
Actually, no. It's a rather obscure text on spirit channeling. The author was long-winded and pedantic.
Want me to try to track him? Get the book back?
And that won't be necessary. The text is seriously out of date. Its contents would be of little worth to anyone but an amateur medium.
All this fuss over a stupid book? Why don't you people get your priorities straight? Hello? Cheerleading competition this week.
Keep an eye out for crystals when you're out on Slayer duty. Pretty, but they also come in handy. Strong with the mojo. Any good witch or bad demon knows that certain crystals have healing or energy-enhancing powers. If you find anything, bring it back to me. I've been experimenting with some spells using crystals. If I have the right ones, I might be able to boost your strength and Slayer power. Kinda like an energy bar, but you don't need it. Tummy ache.
And later we could make some fun and life-affirming jewelry out of them. Or not.
Hey, Buff. I've been working on this bad boy for quite a while, and this looks like the right time to break it in.
Xander, for me? You shouldn't have. Guessing you're wondering about the outfit. See, I've been doing an independent study to see if vamps are more likely to prey on cheerleaders rather than slayers because, you know...
Buffy, I'm well aware of your return to cheerleading. As long as it doesn't interfere with your duties as Slayer, I have no objection.
I like this alternate universe, Giles. Is the old one coming back?
Don't be ridiculous, Buffy. The alternate universe Giles has a beard.
Maybe you should get concussed more often.
Could we please focus for a moment on the business at hand?
I'm the picture of focus.
Right. Let's give this a whirl. O eternal and all-powerful Lord, to whom the darkness itself bows down, from whom flows the damnation of humankind. Who writes this, Dross? I call forth Liebach of the Abyss, as you have commanded. Come to me, your most loyal servant beseeches thee. Drew! Let it down, you wanker! Got me doing your dirty work. But you gotta hold on, Drew. Don't push me, old man. Oh yeah, like I had any bloody choice in the matter. I've been a good little errand boy, oh great and powerful one. Come back to the Hellmouth, reclaim the Master's old church digs in your name, and regroup what was left of the Order of Aurelius. Even summoned that Matriani fella. Although the necromancer seems to be running a little bit behind schedule. Maybe it's caught in traffic or something. Bad form to rub it in when you're holding all the cards. But I can't afford to fold. What next, Dark Lord? How may I serve you further? Oh, I don't see that being too much of a problem. Got a wonderful little flesh palace just down the street.
Just look at that tramp. Some of my sources, they tell me Skanky Heather there was throwing herself at Steve Phillips, one of the hunkier linebackers, after football practice yesterday. Shocking coincidence? It just so happens Steve hasn't been heard from since. Now here she is working her tight end on one of our tight ends. You know what I think? I think she's some kind of vampire slut on a mission to kill the precious few remaining hotties at Sunnydale High. She must be stopped. Sick her, Buffy.
Listen, Miss Kitty, I can't stake every girl who blocks your spotlight. When you saw her yesterday, wasn't it broad daylight? Hello? Vamps have that pesky allergic reaction to the sun?
Okay, maybe she lathered up with the whole Econo tub of 90 sunscreen. Whatever she is, she must be stopped.
Sorry, Cordelia. Looks like another jot fell prey to her trampy wiles. Maybe now we can start enjoying the evening.
Jeez, Buff, Jinx is white, don't you? That's a cue for something evil to crash in if I ever heard of it.
Showtime. Buffy! No. I want my Slayer back.
Me? Come on. Kick my ass. Watch that last step. It's a humdinger.
Buffy! Will! I am so going to enjoy this.
Evening, Slayer. Lovely night for the old mayhem, isn't it?
Spike.
Knew you'd miss me. Say, where's that gel-headed Nancy boy you're always parading around with? Usually Angel's following you around like a nuded pup.
What are you doing back in Sunnydale, Spike? We had a deal.
Sorry, love. Business is business. Guess there's just no honor among us children of the night.
You shouldn't have come back.
Is Buffy sad cause the big bad broke his promise?
Wake up, moron. I'm ecstatic to see you. You shouldn't have come back because I've been saving up a big hunk and serving a whoop-ass just for you. Glad you're here. It was getting a bit heavy.
That's all right, boys. A little game we indulge in, the Slayer and me. Bit of foreplay before the grand seduction. Courtship rituals. You get the picture?
Yeah. One thing I can say about my relationship with Little Miss down there, it's got fire.
No trail of breadcrumbs, but I'm guessing Spike and his blood buddies jumped down here.
Hear me, you skanky blood-sucking hoe. Thinking I'd put me down before the Slayer kicked my ass.
The Slayer? Tell me another one. They all say they know the Slayer.
Come on, you lot. Pick up the pace. Slayer will be on our asses in a minute. Just because you don't see her don't mean she isn't there.
Buffy!
Don't you ever give up, Slayer. Bloody hell, feel free to tire out at some point. Or die. Like, no tears there.
Help! Buffy's gonna whip you good, Spike. You're gonna regret bringing your new girlfriends to your old stomping grounds.
Shut your gob, witch. Shake my sonic girlfriend. Lucky for you, the ritual requires live sacrifices or it'd shut you up permanent like.
Two roads diverged in the concrete jungle, and I'm gonna guess Spike and his goons took that one that leads through a cemetery.
Buffy, help!
You're new, not to mention hideous. Somebody beat you with a whole tree full of ugly sticks. What? No fearsome words about how I'm going to die in agony or that I shall rue the day that I crossed your path? Speak now, or forever hold your... Okay, you're fast. glow-in-the-dark jewelry. What's up with that? Oh, now that's just weird.
Buffy! This way, hurry!
Cavalry's coming! Don't know why the cavalry always has to tromp through the graveyard, but cavalry's coming.
Buffy! Whoa!
Hey!
Buffy, be careful. She's stronger than an ordinary vampire.
Willow! You should not have done that. I know you guys take the whole fetish scene way too seriously, but there's a fine line between femme fatale and tacky treasure. You just vaulted right over that line.
Muck of muck, Slayer. But I'll be the one laughing while you're bleeding out on the ground.
And that tattoo just screams biker slut. You okay, Will?
A little shaken up, but fine. You think Spike's rounded up what's left of the Order of Aurelius?
I was sorta hoping there wasn't anything left of them. Come on, I want to get you out of here.
What about the others?
I'll come back for them, but I'm gonna need to be better armed if I have to deal with the Order and my spooky, slippery little new zombie-making friend.
What are you doing just standing here? You have to save our tight end. We need him for the game and for my morale. On the other hand, that skank slut hitting on him at the bronze, strictly optional.
Creepy karaoke. That's never good. So much for stealth.
Right, falling ceiling. Time to dash.
You are becoming quite a nuisance, girl.
Oh, look. The grave robber speaks.
The rites must be complete.
And nobody around to bring you back from the grave. What a drag, huh? Meanwhile, this little souvenir ought to help Giles figure out what all the boogity-boogity's about. No. You are dead. I killed you. I crushed your bones to dust. I killed him, Giles. I killed him and then crushed his bones so that he couldn't ever come back. This is so not happening.
I fear that it is. You see, your crushing the Master's skeleton precluded any further attempt to reanimate him as a being of flesh and bone. But it is possible that a skilled necromancer could resurrect him in a disembodied state, as a kind of phantom. On the bright side, however, the Master would be in a relatively weakened state in this spectral form, and the collapse of the Church may well have terminated his resurrection at a critical point.
You're completely guessing, aren't you?
Call it an hypothesis. Frankly, what truly baffles me is Spike's involvement in all this. All of this, the regrouping of the Order, the summoning of Materiani, the possible resurrection of the Master. Logic dictates that this isn't Spike's plan. But if not Spike's, then whose? And to what dark purpose?
Wait. The Master was in a dream I had the other night. That's not a huge surprise. He's made dream cameos before that didn't mean anything. But maybe there's more to it. Besides the Master, there were these 3 nasty demons, like the patron saints of S&M and self-mutilation or something. They had these weird symbols on their noggins that looked something like this.
It appears to be a sigil of some kind. I'll add this to the research I'm doing on the tattoos worn by those 2 distinctive vampires you fought.
Hey Giles, maybe I should work with this talisman. If I can master the spell that controls it, I might be able to reverse it.
That isn't quite how the Tadaka talisman works, Willow. The necromantic power was in the necromancer. The talisman is charged with magical energies that allow the wearer to focus and magnify his or her mystical abilities. It is a potent tool for witchcraft, but I'm afraid that it can also prove quite dangerous. Unless properly controlled, the talisman's power can corrupt the wearer. I'm not entirely convinced that you're ready to handle so powerful a tool. However, in light of recent events, it may be prudent for you to begin training with it immediately. With my supervision, of course.
Of course. Gotta keep me from going to the dark side. Or just, you know, turning everyone into pigs and making the school disappear.
Okay, you guys keep up with the research. I'm gonna go see Angel. If anyone can figure out why Spike's back in Sunnydale, it'll be him.
Sure, that ought to be constructive. Time well spent. Provided you don't, you know, succumb to temptation and turn him evil again.
Now, Cordelia, we're all a bit wary of Angel, and with reason. But you well know it's far more complicated than that.
I just know I can never spend that much time with him, or anyone else who might suddenly decide to kill me in my sleep.
And yet you're here with us. Imagine that. Look, while everyone bones up on sigils and resurrection, I'll head over to the mansion and bone up on Angel. That so did not come out right. Angel? Anybody home? I've got a bad feeling about this.
Buffy, go! You have to get out of here.
Angel? What is it? What's wrong?
Get out while you can. If it takes me, you'll be the only one who can save me.
How about I just save you now? Whoa. Looks like that screaming blue meanie threw up some kind of magical barrier in front of the door. Time to thrash first, ask questions later. Angel?
Looking for your lover, Slayer? The vampire with the soul, an abomination. Sorry to say, he won't be yours for much longer.
Now that is just gross. Angel! God, I was afraid that... Angel? What's wrong? Are you okay?
But I will be, Slayer. I will be.
Let go of me!
You wound me, Slayer. Surely one last kiss isn't too much to ask.
What part of let go didn't you understand?
Obnoxious breath. You feel my power. I killed you once before. I'll do it again.
Looks like we're both hard to get rid of. Difference is, I'm still flesh and blood. You're just an echo.
Hold it right there, Slayer. Can't afford to have you bollocksing this up.
Sorry, no can do. Gotta fly. Not that I'm a complainer, but you notice Cosmo has never run an article about the complications and falling in love with a vampire. The evil always gets in the way.
Hello? But duh!
Thank you for that eloquent and comforting sentiment.
Unfortunately, Buffy, yours is not the only bad news. While you were gone, my research turned up the origins of the sigil from your rather prophetic nightmare. It's the mark of 3 demons known collectively as the Quarter Cas, the Dreamers. Individually, these beings possess impressive psychic abilities. However, by joining forces, they can purportedly distort or mold reality within a certain proximity through mental projection. I suspect that the Master is attempting to locate and reunite the Dreamers so that he can exploit their powers for some greater evil purpose.
I've got to find him and make sure he doesn't get all these dreamer guys together.
If you're all done with the usual blathering now, you might want to listen to what Xander has to say. While Buffy was fighting with her dead boyfriend and his pasty grandfather, we paid a visit to a part of town my precious car should never have to go to again.
Xander, you got something from Willie.
Got some pretty interesting stuff, actually. Of course, I had to promise not to rough him up.
And give him $20 or so.
40.
Does anyone want to hear this? Anyway, apparently there's a ship loaded with black market supernatural knickknacks arriving in at the docks tonight. Willie overheard some of the Aurelius vamps say they're expecting a package and are supposed to be there to meet it.
And so will
we. Okay, thought occurring. We shouldn't rule out the possibility that the nasty Dreamer demon cargo hasn't been unloaded from the ship yet.
Possible, but let's check the warehouses first.
Aye aye, Captain. Always wanted to say that.
What fantasy did you imagine I'd go into a place as grimy as this?
The one where you're... Oh, that was a rhetorical question, wasn't it? Hey, feel free to hang out here and guard the entrance. Make sure none of the Aurelius vampires get out.
On second thought, the search will go faster with an extra set of eyes.
I'll start searching the warehouse for suspicious supernatural cargo.
You be careful with the searching.
Got it. What a time for me to be without one of those supernatural cargo-sniffing dogs. Hey, Buff, take a gander at these. Didn't find any supernatural knickknacks, but I did find either monster fish scales that could be used as beautifully decorative ashtrays or really big guitar picks.
Looks like the shell droppings of the dreaded jumbo shrimp demon.
You are kidding, right?
I never kid about demonic seafood.
I think I'll go look for more suspicious crates and such. Hey, Buffy. I think I've... Thought you were kidding about the whole jumbo shrimp thing.
I thought I was, too.
The cargo appears to be intact. Heavy, though. They're gonna have to hook it up to the crane.
Excellent. The Master will be pleased.
Don't get ahead of yourself. Until the last dreamer is in his hands, there's still a chance that we may fail him.
Don't even say it. I don't want to think about what he would do to us then.
Hey, Buff, up here! Look at me! I'm a crane operator!
Do your thing and send it down, crane operator man.
It's clobbering time.
Hey! What are you trying to do, kill me?
Xander!
That's it. I'm calling my union rep. Whew. Another hard day on the docks for a crane operator, man.
Eerie mist. The eerie mist is never of the good. Curling?
Yeah, I killed a couple free in my time. Kinda lost track of them now. Take it from the big bad, mate. Slayers, they're not so bleeding tough.
The Dreamers are greatly displeased by your failure to protect their brother, as am I. However, despite your incompetence, I have conceived a means of harnessing and amplifying the remaining Dreamers' powers that should allow the Order to complete its mission. My plan requires the forging of a Deglon sphere using a mixture of steel and blood taken from the surviving Dreamers. Even as we speak, my followers go to wrest control of a local foundry from its human proprietors. Now then, while all the important work is going on,
The two of you will deal with the Slayer and her meddling cohorts.
I cannot even begin to stress the importance of your success. Fail me again, and I'll have you both brutally tortured for months before I get bold enough to personally rip out your spines.
That's fine. Disappoint me, and your beloved Drusilla's well-being is forfeit as well. Understood?
Crystal, you pointy-eared old wanker.
Let it be known that Willow was not the only one who was useful.
Let me guess. You painted your nails, went out for pizza, and pumped up your own tire this time.
Actually, Cordelia was quite helpful.
Thank you, Giles. See? Quite helpful. Looks like I'm doing all the hard work around here tonight. I helped Giles research those funky tattoos on the two vamps, that snake shapeshifter and the other one. Looks like there's some kind of magical thingy that allows a vampire to get down with its inner animal aspect. Whatever that's supposed to mean.
Hey, Cordy. You alright?
Hey, Buffy. You blind? Do I look alright?
She's fine. Trust me. Sit tight, Giles. I'm going to head out and beat the brush a little, see what scurries out.
Have a care, Buffy. The Master may be attempting to lure you into a trap.
Again? That trick never works. Don't worry, I'll be careful. Besides, there are other students in the building, and they'll need someone looking out for them.
Good luck.
Buffy, I know I don't have to tell you, but I have to tell you. If you run into Angel, don't forget he's not himself these days. Master in the house.
You're right. You didn't have to tell me. But thanks. If I have to beat the crap out of him, I'll work up some master imagery in my head. Still got some anger from that time he killed me.
Huh? What was that?
Buffy? Not to add chaos to catastrophe, but Xander overheard two Aurelius vamps talking about a package in the boiler room. The exploding kind. They're gonna blow up the school.
Normally a cause for celebration, especially considering the history paper I just handed in. But, silly me, I'd rather the school not explode with us on the inside. Not to mention all the other people in the school right now, and Giles will be so sad about the books. Off to the boiler room to play Bomb Squad. Get everyone else out of here, Will, 'cause you know, I'm not really a member of the Bomb Squad.
Going. Quickly. Don't blow up.
Hey, look at that. I didn't blow us up.
Good evening, Slayer.
Guess you're kind of sore about me dusting your sneaky girlfriend.
You are formidable prey, Slayer. But now, you face a truly worthy adversary.
Here, kitty kitty. Huh. Guess Tiger Guy doesn't do the whole ashes to ashes thing. Or maybe his inner animal is more possum than tiger.
Bad person. Never much cared for cats. More of a dog person, really. Shape-shifting like that? Sometimes the heart isn't in the same place. Gotta be more persistent, Slayer. And sometimes, you just need a longer shaft.
All right, Spike. What's going on? Spill it.
Excuse me, young miss. Let me remind you that I just saved your life. You can come down from DEFCON 1 now. I'm here to form a truce. You know, bury the hatchet, that sort of thing. We have a common enemy, you and I. And in a alliance might just prove beneficial. Or have you forgotten all about your blood-sucking boy toy being hijacked by the Master? Yeah, well, lovely to see you lot again as well.
You're on borrowed time, Spike, alive by our sufferance. Perhaps you ought to skip the pleasantries.
Right, if that's the way it is. So much for manners, eh, Giles? Something tells me you've been in America too long. Here's the deal. A big bad old one by the name of Laibach is attempting to build a bridge between his tropical paradise of a demon dimension and our little plane of existence here. He plans to lead an army of demons into this world. Laibach needed the Master's expertise in opening dimensional portals, and the Dreamers to alter reality and physically create the bridge to bring Laibach's boys over to our side.
And you've been errand boy this whole time.
Truth? I'm about as keen on Laibach's little plan as I was on Angelus's plot to let a Cathla run amok. The main reason I'm doing this is because Laibach has Drew in some kind of trance. And if I don't help, he'll take her lovely, fragile dove of a mind and put it through a blender. But I don't like being a lapdog. And since the Master's been back, things have gone from bad to badder as far as I'm concerned. The Master may be my great-great-grandsire, but the guy's a complete tosser. I don't trust him as far as you could throw him. Of course, it doesn't help matters much now that he gels his hair, if you catch my meaning.
So now you want to throw in with us, and I'm just supposed to trust you. You're betraying your allies now. Explain to me again why that should inspire confidence.
Best reason in the world, Slayer. Because they're the bad guys. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, remember? Look, I'll lead you to the Master's lair and lend a hand with the fisticuffs, and in return, you help me rescue Drew. Then we'll be off again, out of your hair.
If I agree, you don't touch Angel either. We're going to exorcise the Master from him.
Fine with me. But in that case, the Watcher and little Willow here are gonna have to whip up a special elixir or something witchy for me and Drew. In Casper mode, the Master has the power to possess any vampire of his bloodline, which includes the both of us, yeah?
Willow and I have just completed a spell of protection for Angel that should work equally well for the two of you.
See? Knew it'd be no problem. Red's got that mojo working overtime these days. So, it's a deal, then?
I haven't forgotten what happened last time I trusted you. Double-cross us, and I'll put both you and your psycho flower child girlfriend in an urn.
Whatever happened to taking a man at his word?
I'm not sure I like this idea. Doesn't my vote count?
This isn't a democracy, Xander. It's a slayerarchy.
So you're a tyrant now?
No. I'm the girl saving the world from the forces of darkness, which means if you want to help, you follow the plan.
World, no world. Seeing the wisdom in the slayerarchy suddenly. Though, still feel the need to object to trusting Spike into saving Drusilla. Let's not forget, Drusilla and I have a bit of history. I hate for her to get the wrong idea or anything. Remember, she was jonesing for me pretty bad there for a while.
That was because a witch put a love spell on her. You silly git.
So you say, but you didn't see the look in her eyes. I'm thinking it was more than magic that night, and...
Shut your gut, boy, before I rip your throat out.
Hey! Can we just go?
I've been ready.
What are you looking at me for? Haven't I done enough for one night? I twisted my ankle, I'm bruised and battered, and I broke a nail. I'm gonna have to sit this one out, and I am all broken up about it too. Now maybe I can go home and meditate on why I wasted my whole night with you people.
So you're set with the spell to get the Master out of Angel.
Angel's probably fighting him already, but he's gonna need you to give him an edge.
Fine. What do I have to do?
Well, okay. It really wouldn't hurt if you, maybe, kicked his ass a little. You need to weaken the Master's hold on him.
You know that old saying, better the devil you know than the devil you don't? What happens when you know them all and way too well?
Distasteful as it is to align ourselves with Spike, it does seem to be the sensible course of action, as long as we keep our priorities straight. The most vital element of our attack must be the disruption of Laibach's spell to augment the power of the remaining Dreamers. Everything else is secondary.
Everything else?
Everything. The rescue of Drusilla, even Angel's safety. Reality as we know it hangs in the balance.
Doesn't it always? I don't understand. I killed one of the Dreamers. How's the Master going to build this bridge?
He and his chum Laibach are planning on creating something called the Deglon Sphere. The way I understand it, it's got something to do with amplifying the powers of the surviving Dreamers.
I'm starving to death. We should hit a drive-thru or something later. Them fast food clerks are usually delicious. Oh, they're all greasy. High cholesterol. They can be gas.
Subtlety. Not one of your strong suits, is it, Spike?
Subtle or not, we're in. Stay close and wait for my signal. This had better work. You two have seen too many Hope and Crosby road movies.
I assure you it will work. Now shut up and let us finish.
Welcome, Slayer. I've been wondering when you would arrive. After all, you and I are meant to be together in this. And oh, by the way, I think it's your turn to die. The time has come, Slayer.
If you can hear me, Angel, please stay down.
Hello, Poodle. How are we feeling? All your talk about priorities and you still help me out with Drew, right off. I'm not going to forget that. Time to go play hero. Ought to be good for a laugh, eh?
Like your lover, girl, you are gifted with remarkable endurance. That does not make you a warrior. Don't you see that you cannot win? In this battle, either you die, or Angel does. But whatever the result, I will survive.
Know what, Spanky? Even if I was fighting this battle alone, I'd take that bet. But the thing is, I'm not alone.
What's happening? How can this be? No! This body is mine!
Glad to see you're in one piece, Slayer. Wouldn't want to be accused of not holding up my end of the bargain. And you, Krebs. I had enough of Angelus and Darla ordering me about in my day. Did you honestly think you could knock me about like some bloody village idiot, hold my girl for ransom, and not be watching your back?
Spike, betrayer. Though not as pleasing to the eye, your flesh will suffice as my vessel until my plans are complete. How dare you? What have you done?
Put a little crimp in your plans, I'm sorry to say. Sod off.
Damn you! Damn you all!
Angel!
You have to stop them. The Master, the Order of Aurelius, he sent them away with a Daglon spear. They've gone back to the sunken church. You have to stop them.
Then it isn't over.
It's over for us. I held up my end. Now it's time for Drew and me to be on our way. We don't fancy waiting around for the Order of Aurelius to exact their revenge.
You got your girlfriend. Don't come back.
Not to worry, Slayer. Drew and I have better things to do and far more pleasant destinations in mind. Good riddance to this horrid little town.
When you get inside the church, things might be kind of wacky. With the Dreamer's power to warp reality, who knows what kind of twisted landscape they'll create.
Can't be any worse than LA.
No matter what happens around you, you're gonna need to stay focused. To do that, I'm thinking maybe you should wear the Necromancer's Talisman. I found a spell that I can cast on it that, amplified by the talisman's own power, should guide you through whatever reality the Dreamers create.
Hey, you sure you're gonna be alright?
I'm sure. Whatever all right is, thanks to you, that's what I'll be.
Oh, sure. Now you're all right. When it's convenient not to be evil. Oh, good. Evil. What should I be? So hard to decide.
I'm pretty wary too, Cordelia, but it wasn't Angel this time. He was possessed by the Master. He wasn't evil so much as a hotel for evil.
Why is the evil never his fault? We're all just a big bunch of darkness enablers, aren't we?
Hold on. Just because I don't like to talk about my past doesn't mean I don't accept responsibility for it. I bear that burden every day. But this time around, the choices weren't mine. I was used...
Oh, whine, whine, whine. Join the club. You want to know what it's like to be used? Date a quarterback.
Can we just go? If we don't track the Master down fast, it may be too late to stop him.
Oh, no. Between the Master possessing you and what we had to do to break you loose, you're in no shape for this fight. I need you here.
Here? What good am I going to do anyone here?
Well, you've been around some magic in your time. Perhaps you can aid Willow and I in our research and preparation.
Angel, I'm sorry, but I wouldn't be able to focus if I was worrying the whole time.
Don't worry, I'll make myself useful. Even if I can't help with the actual sorcery, I can still help. The more people involved in this spell, the more powerful it is. I'll stick with Giles and the others and help turn the Master into a Buffy punching bag, but you should probably get going. It's weird, Buffy. The Master's gone, but it's like I can still hear echoes of him in my head. He's completely obsessed now. In some ways, it's like he's more driven than ever to bring the old ones to Earth because them wreaking havoc. That would feel like he finally had his revenge on you. I think we've just started to get an idea of the intensity of the rage and hatred he has toward you.
Feeling a big oh yeah coming on. Baldy keeps messing with my friends and loved ones. Time for me to show him the intensity of my rage and hatred.
For what it's worth, I'd say you're off to a good start. Some of us are already feeling it. I'm just glad we're on the same side again.
Oh, it's you again. Hello, Slayer. I suppose I should be angrier with you for that little exorcism of yours. But honestly, I find this spirituality quite liberating. I must say, though, your do-gooder tenacity is proving to be quite annoying. Please stand aside and be patient. I'll get back to killing you shortly.
I don't think so.
I don't have time for you right now, Slayer. I'm quite busy orchestrating the end of the world. I think it's time for you to get lost.
Okay. Not in Sunnydale anymore. Welcome to my nightmare. I guess that's a big fat no.
Lords of light and dark, guardians of the gate,
of the barrier twixt order and chaos, hear our pleas. This abomination, a wound upon the world, must be sealed. This specter must be anchored to the world of the flesh. Now return form and weight, now return blood and bone. Take this spirit and make of it flesh.
What is this? It can't be. This must be some fortuitous side effect of the dreamer's last burst of power as they died. Well. Guess this is just your unlucky day.
Not to be a killjoy, but the dreamers had nothing to do with it. It's magic, moron. A spell my friends whipped up.
Don't be ridiculous. They would be insane to return you to flesh and bone.
I think you're missing the point. I couldn't touch you while you were all spooky ghost. Now, though... Touch.
suggest we get out of here.
Hurry!
Once again, the Master is no more. She ground his bones to dust, and now she's had to destroy his spirit as well. Buffy's time as Slayer has taught her one thing above all else. Evil lingers. It's always there, waiting. Fortunately, there is always a Slayer to combat it. One girl in all the world. The chosen one. Buffy Summers.
What's the matter, Buffy? Still suffering from post-Master Slayage depression?
Nope. Just coming to grip with the tragedy of me not making the cheerleading squad again. I've got spirit as well as spunk, damn it. More spunk than you could shake a stick at. Oh well, duty calls. I'd like to see those pom-pom girls try making my squad.